on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back again with another breakdown video. Today we're going to get into Ascensionism by Sleep Token. This one's going to be tough, I'm not going to lie. There's certain bands, certain artists, certain rappers that with their lyrics, they get really deep, they get really poetic, Shakespearean kind of. It's open to interpretation, it gets kind of complex. Sleep Token is one of those bands that's going to be a hard one to break down. So I'm going to do my best. A lot of it, I'm sure, is open for interpretation. A lot of it, I'm going to take it my way. You might take it your way. I'm on genius.com to see what other people have said and kind of voted on. So we're going to go through it and see what we got. So with all that out of the way, let's get into it. He starts off right here in the intro. Well, I know what you want from me. You want someone to be your reflection, your bitter deception, setting you free. So you take what you want and leave. This one's not easy, but easier to break down. Basically, he's saying, I know what you want from me, okay? You want someone to be your reflection, meaning that's what she's getting out of the relationship with him, is that she's kind of molding him and wanting to see herself in him. So she's narcissistic, obviously. Your bitter deception setting you free. So she kind of gets off on it, that her being deceitful to him is setting her free and letting her feed her narcissism and ultimately letting her free, right? Like that's how she operates. That's how she feels good. That's how maybe she makes herself feel confident. So she's kind of screwed up, right? When it comes to relationships. And so take what you want and leave. She's going to get what she wants, do whatever she's doing to him, manipulating him, being deceitful, and then leave, okay? It's pretty messed up, and it's strong. It's a strong way to start the song as well. Who made you like this? Who encrypted your dark gospel and body language? Synapses snap back in blissful anguish. Tell me you met me in past lives, past life. Okay, so here, who made you like this? He's wondering, why are you like this? Why are you so narcissistic? Why are you so messed up, manipulative? Who encrypted your dark gospel and body language? This is where we get into that poetic style of deep lyrics and complex lyrics. Encrypting something means to basically make it safe and hard to break into. So maybe he's talking about like who encrypted your wall. Like, why do you have this wall up, right? Why is it so hard to break down? Your dark gospel and body language. Gospel is usually a good thing in like religion. So this is kind of like a religious reference, but it's dark. Something that's supposed to be beautiful, and the word and religion is dark and evil. So the dark gospel on her body language could be referring to maybe sex or just how she operates with him. And that line basically is saying, who made you this way, so messed up in the way that you move, the way that you operate, or the way that you even use sex. This one could be open in a few different ways, but it's a very cool way to write that line of like, who made you messed up? Synapses snap back in blissful anguish. This one, there's not a genius contribution here. No one wrote this line. My best guess is that synapses are, I think, like little nerve endings, or the way it connects the nerve and then fires in the brain. So when it snaps back in blissful anguish, I think he's saying that he's almost been wired to enjoy this suffering that she puts him in. It's this toxic relationship, because blissful anguish is suffering, but it's blissful. So he enjoys it. It's like peaceful almost. And that's the way the synapses snap back. His brain is fired and wired that way because of her. So I think the whole line going together is like, who made you this way? And then my brain is adjusted to it, and I like it. Tell me you met me in past lives, past life, past what might be eating me from the inside. So here I'm going to guess that it feels like they've known each other forever, and maybe she knows him so well or is manipulating him so well that it seems like they've had past lives and a past life together, and past what might be eating me from the inside. Maybe he's willing to look past it because he knows that this is messed up. He's not happy on the inside, but he's like caught in this toxicity. But also they say this is a possible reference to the lyric, and there is something eating me alive. I don't know what it is. On the 9th track, Do You Wish That You Loved Me? That could be kind of a two-way street for the writing here, which again, that's where you get into the complexities of the whole album. There's probably little references to other tracks and callbacks on other songs scattered throughout the project. As you read these lyrics, you really kind of feel for him, man. This relationship that he had with this chick was messed up. Half algorithm, half deity, glitches in the code or gaps in a strange dream. Tell me you guessed my future and mapped onto your fantasy. Turn me into your mannequin and I'll turn you into my puppet queen. So half algorithm, half deity, glitches in the code or gaps in the strange dream. in a strange dream. My guess is that an algorithm is superficial. It's artificial. It's created by someone to have a certain way, like there's no deviation from it. It's supposed to operate a certain way. And then have deity. Deity is a god or something you idolize. So he's saying that this chick is half like fake and artificial, but also half real and something to be worshipped. Glitches in the code could reference the algorithm part, and then gaps in a strange dream could reference the deity part. So he's saying glitches in the code, like sometimes that fake stuff she puts on, that fake persona, the algorithmic persona she has, there's glitches in it. Sometimes it breaks and he sees maybe a good side of her, like green flags, and like, oh, maybe she's not really like that, like maybe that's just how she wants to pretend to be. Maybe it's a wall she's putting up. And then gaps in a strange dream is maybe him realizing maybe what I saw is what I wanted to see. And it's kind of like a dream state. That's not really who she is. Like maybe I see the potential in what she could be, this deity that I could possibly worship, but it feels like a strange dream, like it's not real. So again, he's just like, this chick is messing him up. And that's the way I take it. There's not, a contribution on Genius for it, but right here there is. Tell me you guessed my future and it mapped onto your fantasy. What is said here is that the potential lover or ex, whoever he's talking about, knew that he was going to be famous, knew that he was going to be successful. And that's what she wanted. That was her fantasy, to be with this guy and manipulate him into this rich and famous and this huge successful artist. And turn me into your mannequin and I'll turn you my puppet queen means that he's got it now. He's where she thought he was going to be. So that goes into the future part. You guessed my future. You knew this was going to happen, but I want to go back to the way it was, me being a mannequin and you pulling the strings and controlling everything. It was easier back then. He didn't have to think. He turned his brain off. That's how I'm taking it. Also, it says now that this has happened, he just wishes she would pull the strings again so he could still be with her. So that's another way you could take that puppet queen line, is that's the only way he can be with her again, is to be this mannequin and she's controlling the strings. Won't you come and dance in the dark with me? Show me what you are. I am desperate to know. Nobody better than the perfect enemy. Digital demons make the night feel heavenly and make it real. So won't you come and dance in the dark with me? Obviously, where he's at is a dark place. He's alone maybe. Won't you come and dance with me? Let's do this together. Show me what you are. I'm desperate to know. He wants to know the real her. So again, I think he sees all these red flags and he knows it's a toxic relationship, but there's something about her that has potential and he wants to know, like, are you just putting up this front, this manipulative, narcissistic front, or is it like there's something real? I want to know. Nobody better than the perfect enemy. So it's almost, again, this toxic relationship and they're perfect enemies. She's the perfect enemy. He knows how she is and how she treats him, but there's nobody better than that. Digital demons make the night feel heavenly. This could be taken a few ways. Digital demons could be like everybody online, any hater on any social platform just talking shit, and maybe it makes him feel good. Maybe he's like a masochist or something. He wants that suffering. Or you could take it like digital demons, maybe there's a long distance, and here it says digital demons make the night feel heavenly, where he's so alone, even a toxic relationship will make his night better. So even her, maybe it's a long distance, and even her maybe fighting with him on the phone makes him feel better. He just needs to feel something, make it real. He needs to feel something. This is a heavy little 4-bar section right here. These 4 lines is pretty heavy. Basically saying he's so lonely and in this dark place, he just wants this enemy back, and he wants to know if it's really like her, who she is, and also he just needs to feel something. So even these digital demons makes him feel peace, almost like feels heavenly. He likes it. It's pretty messed up lyrics. Because anything's better than the way I feel right now. I can offer you a blacklit paradise, diamonds in the trees, pentagrams in the night sky. So this line, anything feels better than the way I feel right now, refers to those other lines saying, yeah, I feel so bad that even these digital demons, even feeling bad, makes me feel better than I do right now, because at least then I can distract myself. I can put my mind elsewhere. I can offer you a blacklit paradise, diamonds in the trees, pentagrams in the night sky. Basically saying diamonds in the trees kind of get the fruits of your labor from all this stuff, but there's also pentagrams in the night sky. So there's beauty and there's also something sinister going on at the same time. And I can offer you this blacklit paradise. What they say here is another reference to his past and his partner in that musical project, stating that there is something beautiful in their work, but also something evil. Now that he's kind of made it, to where he's at now, all the success, he can offer this person a evil paradise again, this beautiful, what they've achieved, and then get back into that horrible dynamic that they had. Diamonds in the trees is beautiful. Diamonds are great. Diamonds are shiny and flourishing, and the fruits of your labors may be in the trees, but then also pentagrams in the night sky. So something evil and dark is still looming overhead. Strong imagery in the writing here. Very good. It really does kind of help paint the picture for what is going on and where he's at and what he can offer. Lipstick, chemtrails, red flags, pink nails, with one eye on the door, other eye on the rail, other eye following a scarlet trail, and the last few drops from the Holy Grail. Lipstick, chemtrails, red flags, pink nails. He sees the red flags, but he also sees the lipsticks, the chemtrails, and the pink nails. I'm not sure what the chemtrails is. Pink nails, I think all this stuff. Oh, hang on. I think I just got it. The chemtrails is like toxic, and the red flags is toxic. And he sees this stuff, but it's covered up with lipstick and pink nails. One eye on the door, other on a rail. Maybe one eye on the door, like, I'm trying to get out of here, but one eye on the rail, like I see where we're going. Or you're on a train that is on a rail, it's on a certain path and you're not getting off, but one eye's on the door. So like he's aware of everything that's going on, how toxic she is. He sees the flags, but he also sees, again, all this potential, all this beauty. And he's like, I gotta leave, I gotta get out of here. But at the same time, I'm stuck on this train. What they say here seems like a reference to the underground subway, as if he's standing looking at the door to get on a train, but also the rail itself. Pretty spot on what I was saying. Other eye following a scarlet trail, and the last few drops from the Holy Grail. This one, I'm not sure. Scarlet Trail sounds kind of sinister. Maybe he's following her somewhere that he knows is bad. And the last few drops from the Holy Grail, meaning like he's reaching his endpoint of the good that is in her. I think the last few drops of that Holy Grail that's in her. What they say here is the other eye on the following trail being his third eye seeing a future, a timeline in which he throws himself onto the rail and gets run over by the train. Didn't see that one coming. But it's also a reference to Aqua Regia, where he sings, following a blood trail, frothing at the maw. So again, I think it's kind of her leading him somewhere, and it's a future trail that he knows is probably bad because it's a scarlet trail, probably, alluding to a blood-soaked trail, meaning it's going to be toxic, it's going to be violent, it's going to be nothing but bad. The last few drops from the Holy Grail, possible callback to the lyrics, you only drink the water when you think it's holy, from the third track, Granite. Again, another reference and a callback from another song. But I also think the last few drops from the Holy Grail, meaning there's this little bit of holiness left that he sees in her, and it's like she's on the last few drops, and he's like getting over this relationship. Maybe, he's done with it. Rose gold chains, ripped lace, cut glass. There's no contribution here. My best guess is, again, it kind of goes into that first line with the lipstick, chemtrails. Rose gold chains is, beautiful. She's looking good. Ripped lace, cut glass, meaning she looks good, but it gets violent quick. Maybe not literally physically violent, but that imagery to paint the picture of like it's just a facade, and she may be beautiful, but she's also dangerous. The blood stains on the collar means just don't ask. Be the first to feast. Let's choke on the past and take to the broken skies at last. This one I'm going to have to definitely see what they wrote here. This backs up the theory of this song being about a blacklit canopy. Bloodstains referencing that the relationship and project is long dead and not to ask him about his past. If he has referenced it that many times, it means he is open to people knowing nothing this man writes is an accident. I would agree with that. Nothing that he writes is an accident. He's very particular with what he writes. Bloodstains on the collar means just don't ask. So you can see it. Kind of like another way of saying heart on my sleeve, I guess. He's open about it. You know that he's been through all this. Just don't ask. Let me express it. Be the first to feast. Possible reference to track 5, Vor. Another thing it could mean, like, I don't know, maybe he wants to have the upper hand for once, possibly. Let's choke on the past and take to the broken skies at last. This is a possible reference to chokehold. The issues he was having in his relationships that he described in chokehold are something he has gotten over. So this is kind of a little play on words, I think. Let's choke on the past. It's referencing chokehold, but also if we talk about it, we're going to choke on it. It's not something I want to revisit. Let's take to the broken skies at last. So he sees the future. He's still broken, but he wants to ascend, and that goes into Ascensionism. He wants to go to these skies at last, right? Like he wants to just be over with. this whole thing. Then we get into the breakdown. You're going to watch me ascend. Another reference to the person spoken of earlier who predicted his fame. He's angrily stating how he/she will watch him become the success that he has. I think here that's pretty accurate. The way he's saying it is, you're going to watch me ascend. You're going to watch me. You're going to watch me from the sidelines. You know, look at all this success I'm about to have. You're going to see it. I think that's pretty accurate. And then this last verse, and I know what you want from me. You want the same as me, my redemption, eternal ascension, setting me free, so I'll take what I want then leave. This is some good writing right here, because that ties into the intro where he said, you take what you want and leave. So now the tables have turned, and I know what you want from me. You want the same as me. And that being, they both want redemption and they both want eternal ascension. So maybe this song isn't about a relationship. Maybe it's not about an intimate relationship, like a boyfriend-girlfriend type relationship. Maybe it's about someone he worked with in the past on a project. Maybe it's a falling out with a bandmate or something like that, because you could also take this song that way as well, which is the icing on the cake for the writing of this song. It's so good that it could be taken either way. People could take it and relate to it in a toxic relationship for like a love relationship and an intimate relationship, but you also could take it in a bad business relationship kind of way. So very good writing here. And at the very end, eternal assistant, setting me free, so I'll take what I want, then leave. So now the tables have turned. He's taking what he wants and leaving. Because maybe that person that wanted him to be famous wanted it for themselves, and they tried to manipulate everything and get all the credit and do all this narcissistic manipulation. But now it's flipped, and it's like maybe they've both come to terms with it. They both want redemption. They both want to just let it go in the past. But at the very end, he's like, I'll take what I want and leave. So, and then the outro, you make me wish I could disappear. And this right here kind of just, it almost sounds like he never wanted this in the first place. You know, he was manipulated into all the success in a way, and he never wanted this. I wish, you make me wish I could disappear. So the way that everything that you've done, everything that you've made me feel, I just wish I could just go away, you know, just make it all go away, disappear, and maybe go back to a normal life. Again, the writing on here is very good. There's a lot of imagery in here. There's a lot of lines that are open for interpretation. This is one of those bands that gets very complex with the writing, and it's very poetic. And when you read it on its own, it's really powerful, and you really can take it a few different ways. And a lot of this stuff, the alliteration that they use is fantastic. So that'll do it for today's breakdown. I did my best on this one. If there's anything that I missed or something that you took a different way, let me know in the comments down below. This is one of those bands that it's not just cut and dry. It's not as simple as face value reading lyrics and knowing exactly what they mean. So if there's anything that you want to add to it, just put it in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, helps the YouTube algorithm. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I drop a video every single day. If you're not new here, welcome back. I appreciate the love and support as always. Thank you very much for showing up and showing love. You know what to do. Leave some comments down below. Anything goes. Comment section is for y'all. As well as if you're a fan of Sleep Token, be sure to go support Sleep Token. I know we're breaking down these lyrics from different artists and bands, but just go ahead and always support the artist. So with all that being said, I hope you're having a great day. I'm sending positive vibes your way, and until next time, I'm out.
You ain't gotta worry, put your trust in me, 'cause you're running from your problems.